After 4 games in the classification round, we continue our journey to determine who will be the top squad here in Milko Sports Got Skills Under 16 Division. Live tayo dito sa Green Hills West Clubhouse in San Juan City. And we are now starting the Elite 8 or the quarterfinals between DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear and EASTPRINT Clothing Impact Ballers. Baron Mercado with MJ Evangelista and Rain Martinez. As you see here, ito ang ating takbo ng ating tournament here, quarterfinals, last 4 games natin. The winner of this game at yung third game natin, MJ, yun ang maglalaban sa semis. Meanwhile, yung second game natin and yung last, yun naman ang makakalaban nila. Kukumpleto sa 4, and the winner of those 2, MJ, will match up sa finals. And the loser, of course, will be heading in sa ating classification rounds.
That's right, Baron. That's why I'm very excited, no? Especially, this is the first game of our quarterfinals. Kanina, Rowie and I covered the classification phases from 9 to 16, but those were pretty exciting games. And lalo na ngayon, sa ating last 4 matches, where every winner here will move forward to our semifinals and on to the finals for our last 3 days, Baron.
Up to or team is from 16 now down to the final 8 or the Elite 8. The winners will proceed to the semifinals, and of course, yung finals natin will happen in 2 weeks time. So, titingnan natin within the day, MJ, sino yung mga maglalaban, sino yung magkukumpleto sa ating semifinals matchup for Milko Sports Got Skills. As we talk about first, MJ, itong mga nakaputi muna, no? Itong EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. Sila ang favorites natin. Sila ang favorites for or the dark horse, sabi mo nga sa akin kanina, making the only upset dun sa ating under 6 sa ating round of 16.
And this time, I think we'll turn you over now to Denzel Santiago for the introduction.
For the consideration of your Milko Sports Got Skills Basketball 2026 Talent ID. This is game number 26 of our quarter-final round between the 16 under of EASTPRINT X Impact Ballers versus the DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear. We are live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of your Milko Sports Got Skills Basketball at my live streaming via Pilipinas Live app. Now let us meet the starting lineups from both teams. First from the EASTPRINT X Impact Ballers. On guard number 8, Nick Pena. Under guard number 22, Miguel Walker. At guard number 18, Martin McCoy. Under guard number 25, Gustavo Arellano. In center number 13, Ashley Sarmiento. Now let us meet the starting lineups from your DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear. On guard number 2, Paul Chris. Under guard number 79, Renzo Macawa. At guard number 29, Taylor Patawana. At guard number 3, Ben Garcia. Name center number 9, Gio Tolentino.
As you see on the screens, our protagonists for our first quarterfinals round for DPR SARCON Sportswear, it's Magbanwa, Paul Cruz, Glenn Garcia, Patawara, and Gio Tolentino. Para naman sa EASTPRINT Clothing, it's Sarmiento, Peña Arellano, McCoy, and Miguel Roque rounding up the 5 for the team wearing white. The start of the quarterfinals dito sa Milko Sports Got Skills. Again, live tayo dito sa loob ng Green Hills West Clubhouse in San Juan. Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista, and Rain Martinez, no, will report early 3-pointer para kay Ashley Sarmiento.
That's right. A good start coming off the win para dito sa EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. Gaya nga na sinabi mo kanina, Baron, no? Para dito sa mga nakaputi, this is, or they're having a Cinderella run right now. They've demolished the previously undefeated Doc Boleros by 18 points, and you are the one who covered that game, Baron.
Oh, Nick Peñas was on fire on that first quarter, I should say, on that first half. scoring 15 out of those 31 points in the first half, and that proves to be enough. Pag-usapan naman natin itong DPR-AC, no? Ikaw naman na nag-cover niyan with Coach Pancho. Isa sa mga stories, no, MJ, they really outsmarted itong sila Macryan Makasarte and St. Youth Ballers. No, 31 point, 12 rebound performance ni Makasarte na overcome nitong DPR-AC.
Yes, Baron, that's right. And the story is really towards the last 21.2 seconds we're in. DPR-AC SARCON and Saint Youth Ballers Archihoops are both tied at 71 all. And dahil dito sa middle jumper nito ni Peñaranda, that paved the way for their win. 3 points, 74-71 against the Saints. That's why they are here right now, fighting for the slot for our semifinals.
So it's safe to say, MJ, two teams na overcome the odds in the Sweet 16 ay naglalaban ngayon sa ating Elite 8 for the right to claim the first ticket dito sa ating semifinals. Kaya asahan nating magiging maganda itong laban na to dahil kanina pinag-uusapan natin dark horses of the tournament. We are looking of two dark horses dito sa ating quarterfinals today.
Definitely. And for East Impact Ballers, they are coming in as underdog, no? They have this 1-2 loss record after the elimination round. But right now, after that Doc Boleros win, they are 2-2. But definitely, the cart doesn't matter anymore here. So what I'm trying to say here is they are the underdog. Ibig sabihin, they're playing without any pressure right now. And that is, I think, the best time for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers to showcase what they've got. Especially that ito na nga, start na ng ating quarterfinals round.
For DPR-AC, sila din, mataas din ang kanilang confidence dahil sa pagsubaybay ko dito sa Milko, that St. Youth's Baller Squad that led by Macryan Makasarte, magkausap pa tayo sa chat kung papaano yung performance ng batang yon. They were able to overcome a 31-point, 12-rebound performance. As you look at that beautiful move by Martin McCoy, diba? It's really hard to stop. And you, MJ, as a player, if someone scored 31 points, parang nakakababa ng moral. But this team, no, DPR-AC, nagawa ng paraan, sneaking in with that most important victory. Yeah,
definitely. It says a lot about their defense, no? If you are allowing a player to score that much, like 31 points, and you all know, coming into that ball game na isa siya sa scorer, I mean, as a player, dapat merong mindset to limit the player for his points and contribution for that game, definitely.
Here's Nick Peña, who had a magnificent game on that Sweet 16, no? 31 points. Arellano, isa rin sa mga aasahan natin dito. Favorite na kino-cover to ni Coach Pancho Alfonso. Lagi daw nakaabang sa dunker spot. Maybe something na kailangan nating abangan para dito. Pero yun, and one opportunity for Glenn Garcia through contact.
And both teams now showing their inside presence, no, from Arellano, from EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. Ito naman agad nasasagot itong si Garcia. Let's check on that replay, Baron.
And itong si Garcia caught a big fish, no? Nakakuha ng foul kay Nick Peña na alam naman natin will be pivotal for the offense para dito sa mga players ni Coach Luis San Buenaventura, who's the head coach of EASTPRINT Impact. Yun nga lang, hindi na kompleto yung 3-point play. We have a deadlock here. 8-all ang ating score with 6:20 to go. Both teams, MJ, using their weapons well, pero medyo na-excite itong si Martin McCoy.
That's right. And you also mentioned about Nick Peña, no? Just more on expounding his contribution from the previous game. Itong si Peña, he had 8 out of 13 from 2-point territory. That's more than 50%, no? 61.5% from the 2-point line. And not to mention that he fired 5 3-pointers.
Yeah.
So he is very deadly within like beyond the arc and within the 2-point territory as well.
Ashley Sarmiento has 5 quick points, finishing last game, I believe, with 13 points. Itong si Ashley Sarmiento. Ngayon merong 5. Silang dalawa ni Arellano for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers ang aasahan ni Coach Luis San Buenaventura to provide that spark, provide that energy para kung sakaling mahirapan itong si Nick Peña, meron silang to the rescue dito. Meanwhile for DPR-AC as EASTPRINT made that basket courtesy of Von Dalangin, gagamitin naman nila ang kanilang team play because on their last game, they had 6 players, MJ, scored 7 points or more.
That's right. And also, I wanted to mention, I know we talked about Peña right now early on, but I also wanted to mention the 3 other guys that scored double digits from EASTPRINT Impact Ballers last time, no? And these are Sarmiento with 13 points, McCoy with 17 points, and Arellano, kagaya nga na sinabi mo kanina, who just scored a while ago, 11 points across his name.
As Von Dalangin hits that shot using the glass, I have nothing but high praises para dito kay Von Dalangin, MJ. Na-cover ko na to sa iba't ibang mga laro, sa iba't ibang mga liga, and sabi ko nga kay Coach Pancho, having him off the bench is a luxury. Think of it as a Jamal Crawford type na 6-man na anytime na ipasok mo can bring you instant offense, as you see there. Getting that steal, bibigay kay McCoy for that easy finish.
And I like what Dalangin did there, no? He's doing the intangibles right now, just running the stretch of the floor and then bouncing it off to McCoy for the deuce.
Early timeout, ito na nga yung sinasabi mo, no? That beautiful bounce to Martin McCoy for that easy layup. I believe that's his 4th point of the game. We have a timeout called by DPR-AC. They're trailing by 6. Six-point advantage para dito sa EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. Coach Z rallying the troops dito as early as now dahil this is the quarterfinals, MJ. As early as now, kailangan medyo maagawa na kayo ng adjustment para hindi lumayo yung laro as early as the first quarter.
Not only adjustment, Baron, but I wanted to mention you really need to get the good start because definitely teams are not adjusting here anymore. They've played several games already. Now is the time to be on the peak level of the teams, no? And they really need to start out strong kasi as a player, no, playing din from different leagues is that nakakapagod kapag sa una pa lang naunahan ka na ng kalaban mo doon sa lamang. So like all throughout the ball game, parang nakaka-exhaust yung pakiramdam. So yun, Baron.
Yun, mas nadadagdagan ng pagod na mararamdaman ng DPR-AC doon as that hustle play by Jesse Arellano. Specialty of the house yan. Sabi ni Coach Luis San Buenaventura, yan daw ang aabangan natin sa sipag na meron itong si Jesse Arellano. Pero on the other side, Von Dalangin has back-to-back hits, 4 points agad para kay Von, instant offense.
Exactly. And kita mo yung confidence level nag-uptick para dito sa EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. They are not forcing the issue when it comes to their offensive chores doon sa side ng court nila, no? And just as we check that Garcia basket, Baron.
Glenn Garcia scores another one. I believe he has 4 points already. 8-point lead, 3 minutes 20 I should say remaining dito sa ating opening quarter. Talagang nakikita natin dito, MJ, first quarter pa lang, iba yung sipag, iba yung energy na naibibigay or na pinapakita nitong EASTPRINT clothing, no, from the get-go, and now was able to build this 8-point lead comfortably.
And that's how you should start a quarter-final game, getting on the right foot, taking, like maximizing that advantage as we check on that replay para eventually, all throughout this ball game until the very last quarter, tuloy-tuloy yung momentum, kumbaga, pataas until the climax, kumbaga, sa move.
Glenn Garcia was the last person to score para sa DPR-AC. Technically, MJ, this is a battle of 2 clothing wears.
Oo.
No, EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, no, yung EASTPRINT clothing versus DPR-AC na Clothing din as San Buenaventura. I believe the son of Coach Louis San Buenaventura scores his first basket of the game. And now increasing the lead to double digits, 20-10 with 2 minutes 28 to go.
This is the biggest lead that we have so far this game at 10 points, and that is because of the fast break points and transition offense nitong EASTPRINT Impact Ballers.
And they will play defense, talking about the white shirts. Meanwhile, DPR-AC looking to find something, find that spark. Pero paano mo mahahanap yan kung sa depensa pa lang natatalo na kayo sa sipag? Nahabol pa yung jump shot na yun from the corner. But they will have another serving with 6 seconds to go. A quick inbound play na nabasa ni Arellano. A 3-on-none break. Martin McCoy just gave us a quick awakening with that slam.
Just brought the house down. Actually, ako, na-energized din ako from the sidelines. And that is what I'm talking about, Baron. Playing without pressure for East Impact Ballers.
Look at this again. Martin McCoy with the throwdown. It's nice. We need to see it twice. May kape tayo dito, MJ, pero mas lalo tayong ginising ni Martin McCoy. Coach Z calls for time. They are down by 12. Susubukang makanakaw play ng DPR-AC, looking to erase that Martin McCoy highlight in the first. Von Dalangin with a spin and will be fouled. And seeing that, MJ, in the first quarter, I believe that is a message sent by EASTPRINT Clothing and Martin McCoy.
That is definitely a statement to the rest of the teams that will play for our next 3 games.
So si Coach Louis San Buenaventura, parang siya lang ang hindi impressed sa ginawa ni Martin. Tayo dito, no? Kasama natin si Kuya Philip. Nagulat tayo dun sa...
Nonchalant si Coach Z. Ito nga si Direk Philip nagre-request eh. Akala niya daw lalambitin itong si Martin McCoy.
Baka mamaya.
Oo.
Baka mamaya makita natin lumambitin. But for DPR-AC, they need to overcome this as early as now, as quick as now. Dahil kapag lumayo na to, MJ, this will be much harder, lalong-lalo na. Okay, imagine you're the number 4 seed on your bracket, defeating the previous undefeated team, and now you are in the quarterfinals. Momentum is an all-time high. Tapos nakita pa tayo ng ganong highlight. Kailangan tutuloy-tuloy kayo dito. And if you are DPR-AC, you should not give EASTPRINT Clothing more opportunities. But that time, naka-score para dito sa kampo ng EASTPRINT Clothing.
Sabi ko nga sa'yo, not only the momentum as what you have mentioned, the morale is on a ceiling right now, especially the confidence. Kaya playing as underdogs, regardless of what the tournament is, especially on this kind of play, as we check on that replay, talagang lalabas yung galing ng bawat isa.
Scoring that time is si Peñaranda. Nasabi mo, made that crucial jumper with 20 seconds to go, 22 seconds to go. Maybe he needs to wake up here. They force a turnover on the other side. Now they will use a counter run on the break and one. Peñaranda with 5 quick points. Parang siya naman ang nagising dito para sa DPR-AC as we see here, MJ. Look at that finish through contact.
And he was fearless on that attack. Very much needed basket to stop the bleeding for EASTPRINT Ballers, no? As DPR-AC cuts down the lead to 10 and will have a chance to trim this down to a single digit. Yun na nga, Baron.
Coach Z giving instructions here. Final 43 seconds remaining. Obviously, EASTPRINT Clothing has the advantage, pero that is a nice sight to see, no, if you are DPR-AC. Yes, early on, nakadakdak itong si McCoy. Von Dalangin has contributed kahit wala pa masyado itong si Nick Peña, Sarmiento, Arellano. Pero you got to love the fight na meron itong si Peñaranda, and they will now play defense. Here's Arellano. Goes to the left, almost loses the ball. Dalangin straight away for 3. That is too strong. A chance here to run. Here's Peñaranda one more time. Gives it to the left and finishes that one strong. JR Berva completes that play. That is a quick 7-0 run, MJ. Look at this beautiful finish by Berva.
Solid finish for Berba. And a momentum is shifted on the side of DPR-AC, Baron.
7-point advantage for EASTPRINT. Sila naman ang tatawag ng timeout. Again, a quick 7-0 run, 5 galing dito kay Peñaranda. JR Berva also contributing there. As you see, Nick Peña, I believe, still looking for his rhythm here as we are approaching the end of our first quarter. Here's Peña, shoots the 3. That was off. And with 10 seconds to go, magkakaroon sila ng pagkakataon, MJ, as JR Peñaranda will lose the ball.
That was a wild sequence at the time. A costly turnover para dito sa naghahabol na DPR-AC.
Dami pang oras dito, 2.1. They give it to McCoy from half court. Just hits the board. And this first quarter belongs to Martin McCoy and the number 4 seed. No, EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. They are looking for another impactful game.
EASTPRINT Impact Ballers started very strong. They are on fire, and based on our unofficial score count, no, double digits were scored on the shaded lane. So their interior offense is very solid right from the get-go. Ito namang DPR-AC on the other hand, they made sure to have a late rally. They had a slow start, but right now looking at the scores, 25
to 18. End of the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the quarterfinals of Milk Sports Got Skills Talent ID 16 Under. You are now tuned in to the battle between EASTPRINT X Impact Ballers versus DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear. Nick Peña, the back-to-back player of the game from their previous games, is now ready and motivated to win today's game. The 15-year-old player from Birangon, Rizal is now striving not just in his school, National University, but also here in this league. Nasabi nga ni Nick kanina na excited, is really looking forward nga raw to play and win this game with DPR-AC. Lalo na at alam niyang mabibigay daw niya ng maganda ang laro ang mga manonood at ang DPR-AC ngayong araw. Bukod daw sa depensa ay may sinanda pa nga daw si Nick na ibang klase ng laro na gusto niyang ipakita ngayong araw. Back to the gentlemen, Baron and MJ.
Thank you, Rain, for that wonderful report. Abangan natin, MJ, kung ano yung kakaibang opensa pa na hinanda sa atin ni Nick Peña, pero scoring the first 2 points para dito sa magkaparehong kuponan na itong si Nick Peña. Scoring that 3-5 quick points. Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista, pinigilan tayo ni Nick Peña magpakilala dahil siya muna ang highlight dito. He has 5 quick points in the second quarter.
Exactly. You can't let him wide open like that. Someone like Nick Peña's ability to score in and out of the floor. So definitely, he will punish you if you will provide that space.
Peña, again, sabi ni report ni Lorraine, no? A product of that National University. Alam naman natin, one of the up-and-coming, isa sa mga solid na foundation for basketball talent. And kitang-kita natin dito yung kanyang performance, and I believe and I know na itong si Coach Luis San Buenaventura is happy to have him wearing EASTPRINT Impact Ballers on his chest. Meanwhile, for DPR-AC, They are looking for another basket as Arellano takes the ball away. Peña, nice fake. Look at that flyby. Bitin lang. Another opportunity. Peña stepping back, shooting that three. That is off to the right. Arellano with a putback. Kanina niya pa ginagawa yan. Talking about Jesse Arellano.
I was about to say that Arellano doing a good job just staying on the paint, and look at that backs out. Kaya naman nakuha niya yung board and he cleaned up the mess at that time.
Yung akala mo makakakuha na kayo ng fast break tapos may biglang re-rebound na si Arellano, pero Peña on the other side will shoot 2 free throws looking to score his 6th and 7th point. And let's go back lang dun sa effort ni Jess Arellano. Ang hirap kalaban yan, MJ, no? Yung energy guy na tulad ala Dennis Rodman, ready to, you know, do the dirty work na talagang makakapag-iba ng complexion ng isang laro.
Actually, I can feel some Calvin Abueva type of energy from him. Yung tipong swag lang yung dala, no? Energy and hustle inside the court, doing the intangibles. Pero itong kay Jess Arellano, he's doing the rebound and scoring from the second chance points, which is an additional firepower para sa squad ng EASTPRINT.
So for DPR-AC, it's not looking good for them so far. May Martin McCoy na silang pinoproblema nung first quarter. Ngayong second quarter, itong si Arellano at Nick Peña naman ang nagpapakilala. And it's safe to say, MJ, the baby beast para dito sa EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, itong si Jess Arellano.
I like that term, baby beast, no? That was his 3rd consecutive rebound, no? And then he's really good in converting those baskets.
Hindi nakakuha ng foul itong si Nick Peña. Another opportunity para kay Arellano that didn't work. Now a chance for DPR-AC to make something happen. Looking to end that run, and J.R. Berba finally ends the bleeding.
That was good acknowledgement coming from Berba. Passing it on his teammate on the left. He saw that opening. So, yun naman, off the glass for 2 points.
That was Patawara passing it to Berba for that easy deuce. But again, a chance here for DPR-AC, baby beast. Pinaupo muna ni Coach Luis San Buenaventura, so they need to capitalize on this moment na wala itong si Arellano, who's been making, no pun intended, impact in this game as Berba looks to grind it inside. And there's a foul call during that attempt. So that's one way to, you know, get something going. As a Calix Tubig, one of the more taller players here for EASTPRINT, nakakuha agad ng foul.
Yun nga sasabihin ko, Baron, eh. Well-deserved rest for Jess Arellano, pero ang pumalit naman sa kanya, mas malaki by the name of Calix Tubig. So, kumbaga, it poses a bigger problem against DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR.
Missing on the second free throw, itong si J.R. Berba. 16-point advantage was, they got as low as 8, I believe, itong DPR. And they need to do something on their defense dahil tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang puntos for EASTPRINT Impact kahit sino na nakakapunto sa kanila.
Yes, exactly. And the offensive party is very infectious towards all of the players here for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers.
Here's Nick Peña on the drive. Will give it to Martin McCoy. Spins, shoots, won't convert, and a chance to run. Someone's open. Down low and finishing that play, I believe, is J.R. Berba. Siya na ngayon ang nagkikerry ng offensive load for this DPR-AC squad.
Lone light for DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR is Xavier Berba as Nick Peña hit the 3, Baron.
I believe he has 9 points already in the second quarter alone. And it's giving me flashbacks nung sa game nila against Doc Boleros. He just took control of that first quarter and we're seeing it now in the second. Can't answer itong si Nichi Radin for that 3. Martin McCoy secures that rebound, a 19-point advantage with 5:18 to go.
And if I am Nick Peña, mas matutuwa ako, no, kasi I can conserve my energy at the same time. I'm very happy to see my teammates stepping up. Kumbaga, it's not only Nick Peña who's carrying the load offensively for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers.
Look at that 3. He has the knack of shooting those long bombs, no, from Hoxon with love.
And mind you, those are good looks. In general, for EASTPRINT Impact bowlers, they are not forcing their shots.
Pero that time, they force a turnover, talking about DPR-AC, and now will go for that easy one-hander. Di nga lang na ipasok ni Berba on the follow-up. That won't work. A chance to run. Man of the moment, Nick Peña all alone.
Nick Peña owning this second quarter of the game. And don't look now, Baron, this is already a 21-point lead for EASTPRINT Impact bowlers.
Ganun-ganun na lamang na ipalaki ng EASTPRINT Impact ang kanilang kalamangan, cutting it back to 19. Scoring that one ay itong si J-Lord Patawara, looking to make a counter, make a run here. 19 points. Marami pang oras dito, MJ. But
Definitely.
actually, Sarmiento scored the first 5 points para dito sa EASTPRINT. He will lose the possession. A chance to run. Touchdown para kay J-Lord Patawara.
J-Lord Patawara, another reliable scorer for DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear. He needs to get going here as talagang kailangan ng makakatulong dito para sa tropa ng DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear. And Nick Peña drilling down another 3, Baron.
On my count, he has 14 points. Or maybe 15, 14 to 15 points already para kay Nick Peña. Tulad nga ng sabi ko sa'yo, MJ, I'm seeing the same thing nung laban nila against Doc Boleros. That time it was in the first quarter, now in the second. But JR Berba is doing his best to prevent this game from getting out of hand.
Nick Peña is a streaky and hot shooting, hot shooter, kumbaga. So, they need to put a body on him.
And scoring that time is Renzo Magbanwa. Back-to-back points para dito sa DPR-AC. As you look at the replay, nice steal. And Magbanwa puts that ball in the hole. Timeout doon si Coach Luis San Buenaventura. But they are up here 47-31 with 3:19 remaining in the second. .16 advantage para dito sa EASTPRINT Impact bowlers. Nick Peña has 14, 15 points in the second quarter. Baby Beast is back as well. Pero on the other side, it is Berba, Patawara, and Magbanwa sharing the offensive load. Last time they prevented the stop. Let's see in this one. Peña for 3. That is off the mark. Look at Arellano. Kakapasok lang. Offensive rebound will be at the free throw area.
Doing what he does best. If I am on the side of DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, I'll assign someone or maybe send some instructions to my big men to do a better job in terms of boxing out Jess Arellano. That's what they needed right now.
Arellano knocks down the first free throw. At tulad nga ng sabi mo, MJ, no? Sa start pa lang ng laro ng EASTPRINT Impact, no, highlighted with that Martin McCoy slam as miss yung pangalawang free throw ni Arellano. This EASTPRINT Impact squad sending a message to the remaining teams. And I'm excited to see paano magre-responde yung mga iba pang mga teams na nanonood dito as they force another miss, another running start para dito sa EASTPRINT. Goes for that drive, lefty shot won't work. So for DPR-AC, down by 17, they are down by as much as at least 20. Renzo Magbanwa has 6 points in the second quarter.
Someone that is missing on action on the side of DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, just wanted to put it out here, is Gio Tolentino. He needs to step up. He contributed 11 points and 8 rebounds from the last outing. But unfortunately right now, I don't think he already provided some contribution.
One thing na napansin ko as I look here sa aking notes, no, they are a good team that forces defense, but how can you stop that Arellano attack para naman dito sa EASTPRINT? Again, going back to my point, they forced 35 turnovers on their previous win. and they scored 32 so far. Sila ngayon yung nagko-commit ng maraming turnover. So it's safe to say, MJ, they're not playing their type of basketball. Kaya they are down here by 17.
Tama yun, Baron. And I also wanted to mention from those 35 turnovers that they forced against their opponent, coming from it were 22 steals against 10 steals ng kalaban. Ibig sabihin, they were very active on swiping the ball from the previous outing, in which we are not seeing so far on this game.
Nice pass. Hindi nga lang papasok para kay Patawara. That time, second serving. Sabi ni Patawara, sige, kung gusto niyo ng sipag, dadaanin ko rin sa sipag. 8 points para kay J-Lord Patawara.
They need to do a lot more of that, focused on second chance opportunity as we check that another three-pointer, Baron.
Prince de la Cruz gives them a heartbreaker of a three. Kahit si Kuya Philip dito nang hinayang dun sa 3 points na yun ni De La Cruz dahil they were making the run. Talking about DPR-AC, pero itong si Kian Kiambao looking to erase that memory from a happening. So that's 2 fouls on Peña if that's on him. Look at this replay.
Good inside pass right there for DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR. And right now, they are attacking the cup, which is doing wonders for them. And they're owned down by what?
16.
16
That's
points.
16-point lead. As high as what? 21 points. Naibaba nila ngayon sa 16 with a minute 21. Kiambao, binawi naman yung 3 points na yun ni Prince de la Cruz. So they are now at 15 points, MJ. With a minute 21, if you are DPR-AC, ano yung dapat nilang gawin dito? What do you want or what do you expect them to perform in the remaining minutes of this game?
Yeah, good question. Definitely a beauty to see DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR leaning on their advantage right now, which is inside scoring. They are not forcing anything there in terms of the points in the paint, and from the previous play that we've seen on the replay, kita natin yung touch passing on the inside, and we've seen several buckets that were piled up. That's why they're still keeping up close. Not too close, but they are catching up against EASTPRINT Impact Ballers.
We have a foul trouble situation for both teams. Peñaranda has 3 fouls as he scores that beautiful layup. Arellano and Peña on the other side has 2 fouls each. So yung mga key players para dito sa magkakaparehas na team already in foul trouble. So tignan natin if that will make something, no, change the tide for DPR-AC dahil dalawa sa nagpahirap sa kanila in this first half for EASTPRINT, foul trouble na. But on the other side, JR or itong si JR Peñaranda, nakaka-score lang their spark on that first quarter, 3 fouls na. So
And
let's see how will EASTPRINT Impact take advantage of that.
yes, Baron. And also wanted to mention that both of the teams are over the limit right now. So every foul here after will be awarded 2 points. I mean, 2 free throws.
Oo.
I mean, yeah, like that one.
Hindi na nga pumasok yun para kay Ethan Lekhigan. Nakapuntos yan kanina in the first quarter. Misses both free throws. So a chance here for DPR-AC to inch closer, only down by 13. Didiskarte dito. JR Peñaranda receives the ball, will shoot, and loads for 3. That is off the mark. Patawara secures that offensive rebound. In and out yung jumper. Ball is tapped on the side of a guy wearing blue. Someone is open down low para dito sa DPR-AC, but they made committed an unforced turnover. Kaya ang bola sa EASTPRINT tuloy.
That's right, Baron. That was costly, I think, at that time because they are riding onto a momentum. They are having a late rally at the end of the second quarter. So that's a very, very important basket sana para sa kanila.
Foul was called. Is it an offensive foul? It is, I believe, an offensive foul. So if that's the case, DPR-AC will now have an opportunity to cut this to 11 or to 10. Depende sa kanila magiging diskarte dito, MJ. 10 seconds to go. Here's Peñaranda. Sends it in the corner. Flyby. Shoots the 3. Can't knock it down. 2 seconds to go to beat the buzzer. And the same way we end our first half of action, yun nga lang, momentum clearly is on the side of DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR. Here are our second quarter highlights.
And look at that, Chess Arellano providing some much-needed energy, especially on the bench of EASTPRINT Impact ballers. But I think for this second quarter, it is DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear who own this quarter, especially on the late, like last 2 minutes of the second quarter. So let's see if they can bring the momentum on our second half, Baran.
13-point lead, EASTPRINT Impact Ballers looking to protect this one. We are at halftime. Magbabalik kami sa Milko Sports Got Skills 2026 Under-16 Elite 8. Thirteen-point advantage para dito sa EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. Looking to qualify to the semifinals dito sa Milko Sports Got Skills 2026 Under-16 Division. Okay, this is the quarterfinals. First of 4 quarterfinal games na matutunghayan natin for today. The winner of this game will face the third game, the winner of our third game, as we see here, no, 2026 Talent ID Series. First season, mangyayari yan April to May 2026. Under 11, 13, 15, 17, no? 12, 14, 16, hanggang 18. Daming mga teams.
Oo, pero for 14 under, 1 slot left. And for 11 under, 2 slots left.
Yan.
Kaya message nyo na yung Viber number na nakita nyo sa screen. And also, please do reach out to our Facebook page,
Yan.
Milko Sports Got Skills Basketball, for more inquiries.
Kasi this is a good good place, good avenue for all the players to really showcase their skills. Kaya nga nabuo itong Milko for these players, no, tulad nila Nick Peña, Von Dalangin, Jess Arellano, na mapansin ng mga schools, no, ng mga other programs na needing of their services. Ika nga nila, and magmumukha tayong matanda dito, MJ, nung panahon natin walang ganito eh.
Oo.
Diba? Kaya it's really a privilege for these players to play in a league as beautiful as itong Milko Sports Got Skills.
Definitely agree. Video reviews, resources are very accessible, especially on the digital era right now. Syempre, we would like to give thanks to Coach Alan Ricardo for providing this
Coach
platform,
Alan.
powered by Smart 5G.
Yeah.
At mapapanood nyo, kung gusto nyo makita si Baron live, no, sa Pilipinas live app, libreng-libre yan, and sa ating Facebook and YouTube channel ng Milko Sports Got Skills Basketball Tournament.
At maliban din sa mga instant replays and all, mapapainggan nyo rin yung mga magagaling na commentary ng isang MJ Evangelista. Kaya talagang napakaswerte ng lahat as we begin the second half of action. Bakbakang EASTPRINT Impact and the DPR-AC in the quarterfinals. Live tayo dito sa Green Hills West Clubhouse in San Juan City. Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista. Mamaya magre-report itong si Rain Martinez, our courtside reporter MJ, I believe you have the stats. What can you say about that first half of action?
Yeah, for sure. Let's break it down into pieces. For DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, they had 15 turnovers during the first half. So the key here is to limit their turnovers because they're doing a good job in terms of their 2-point percentages. They shot 17 out of 36 total attempts, which provides them 47.2%. And I wouldn't really recommend for them to gun on a 3 right now as they only have 1 out of 12, which gives them 8.3% from beyond the arc.
Misses on the free throw itong kampo ng DPR-AC. Arellano, sasabihin ko pa lang sana meron na siyang 3 fouls pero nakabawi naman sa puntos, but he needs to be careful dahil yun nga maganda ang kanyang nilalaro ngayon. Talking about Arellano.
Yeah, good thing EASTPRINT Impact Ballers is still up by 14 points, but if we'll look at the numbers, only Nick Peña and Jess Arellano scored double digits here. The rest, ang mga sumunod sa kanila is si Ashley Sarmiento, Martin McCoy, with both of them having 6 points. So, kailangan ng bench reinforcement dito ng EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, especially if they wanted to get this win on the crucial stretch of this game, Baron.
And speaking of reinforcements, mas kailangan itong DPR-AC as that 3 is in para dito sa EASTPRINT. That is San Buenaventura scores his first 3. I believe he has 5 in this game. The first 3-pointer of the second half as that drive goes in para dito kay Renzo Magbanua. Nakaka 3 points na itong si Magbanua dito. Balik sa 15 ang abante ng EASTPRINT.
On the other hand, for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, they're making a living right now on their 3-point shots, shooting 5 out of 15, which gives them 33.3%. Aside from that, from the intangible side, no, kapag merong rally itong DPR-AC SARCON, agad-agad namang sumasagot itong EASTPRINT Impact Ballers like that one from the previous play, made 3-pointers.
Sarmiento will shoot this tray off that emergency play. Didn't work para dito sa EASTPRINT. So again, a chance here to cut the lead to a much closer margin. Itong DPR, napasa ni Arellano yung pasa. He will now run the break. Now moves forward, goes to the left, and will be shooting 2. Again, 3 fouls. Itong si Arellano, but you love yung kanyang confidence, yung tapang na ipinapakita dito ni Arellano dito. 3 fouls, walang problema. I will just earn my stripes at the line.
That's right, Baron. I like the aggressiveness of Jess Arellano here. As we see on the screen, the coaches of EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, gaya nga na nabanggit namin kanina ni Rowie Sacote, no? The coaches are really looking for versatile players, meaning hindi lang limited yung big man noon na you are just anchoring the paint. Right now, if you can extend your range, then it's much better and more beneficial for the teams out there that are looking for talented players.
Gio Tolentino scores his first 2. Look at that pass though. Biglang binura ng EASTPRINT yung puntos ni Gio Tolentino as Ashley Sarmiento now has 8 points, I believe. Balik sa 17 ang kalamangan. What's hard for DPR-AC dito, MJ, is nakakashoot sila ng 3 points. That has been the main advantage so far para sa kanila dito. Meanwhile, for DPR-AC, I believe they have hit what? At least a 3-pointer already. But Sarmiento has entered double digits with a tough shot using the glass.
That's right. And that's what we like to see. Kagaya nung binanggit natin kanina at the start of the third quarter, no? DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear needs to lean on their inside scoring so far. But the thing is, they cannot trade baskets with EASTPRINT as they are up by a huge 19 points. Make it just 17 after that 2-pointer.
Darwin Aragon joins the scoring fray. Another weapon na pwedeng gamitin dito ng DPR-AC. This 3-pointer won't work. Kala ko mapapareact na naman tayong tatlo dito sa ating commentary booth. But a 17-point advantage will go to the side of a DPR-AC looking to cut this one. Look at that layup. Tolentino now has 4 points. Ito na, MJ, hinahanap mo si Gio. Has 4 points already in the third.
Sasabi ko nga sana, parang narinig ako ni Gio Tolentino. And I told him, he's missing in action on this game. Pero eventually, introducing a quick 4-point points across his name.
Pero kada pasok naman ng mga puntos ni Tolentino, nakakasagot itong EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. Look at that pass by McCoy finding Peña for that 2. And that 3-pointer miss, a rebound by Arellano. Ball will go back dito sa EASTPRINT. Laging may sagot itong EASTPRINT Impact Ballers sa lahat ng ibabato ng DPR-AC sa kanila. As you see this replay, look at that no-look pass by Martin McCoy to Nick Peña. Has now 16 already, 14 in the second quarter.
Look at that. It's pure talent for Nick Peña over the outstretched arms of his defender. You can't do anything better than that defense against Nick Peña.
Sarmiento is now starting to wax hot. Goes for the drive, dump pass, kicks it out to Martin McCoy for 3. That is off. Ball is on the side of DPR-AC. Sila naman na may pagkakataon dito. Tolentino will look to get the ball back but will need to wait a bit more. Goes for the tough drive. Emergency pass was rescued. Corner 3 on the way. That is off. Rebound secured by McCoy. Will wait for a teammate. Balik dito kay Peña with 4 minutes 55 I should say. Dito sa ating third quarter, still a 17-point advantage para dito sa EASTPRINT. Here's Peña. Pinagpagang depensa. Couldn't get that basket to go. Offensive rebound. Sends it out to McCoy. Here's Martin. High arcing shot. What can this player do, MJ?
Everything is clicking so far for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. I mean, beyond the arc, within the shaded lane, I don't know what defense could DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear or should they do here against this team.
Nakakuha pa ng block as you see here on the replay. Look at this. Jump shot by Martin McCoy. Nothing but net. Merong kwento sa atin si Rain. Rain, anong kwento mo?
You are still tuning into the battle of EASTPRINT X Impact Ballers versus DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear. JR Peñaranda, the captain and the player of the game of DPR-AC from their previous play against St. Jude Ballers, says that today is a battle of endurance and hope. Nasabi nga ni JR kanina na as a captain of their team, hindi daw nawawala ang pressure sa kanya, but Coach Z always remind him daw to play with heart and just enjoy the game dahil nga daw makakalaban nila ang EASTPRINT ngayong araw. Na-excite nga daw sa JR dahil alam daw niya na pinaghandaan sila ng EASTPRINT as much as pinaghandaan daw nila ang mga ito. Kaya naman nothing but the best nga raw ang ipapakita ni JR ngayong araw at sa mga susunod pang laro. Back to the panel, Baron and MJ.
Thank you, Rain, for that report. And yun nga, no? For a JR Peñaranda, kailangan nilang magpakita talaga ng puso dito, MJ, as the lead has ballooned back to 19 points. What a response by EASTPRINT Impact dun sa mini run na ginawa nitong DPR-AC on that second quarter. And for DPR-AC, they forced a traveling call with 3:38 to go. No, looking to end this third quarter strong para pagdating sa fourth quarter, kanila na naman ang momentum.
That's right, Baron. And for DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, just to mention, no, they have a history of climbing all the way back. So, gaya nga nasabi ko kay Kuya Rowie kanina, I am a firm believer that everything can happen until the final buzzer. So, hanggat hindi ko naririnig yung final buzzer, it's not the end of the path, it's not the end of the game for DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear.
Shinichi Radin scores a basket. At yun nga, no, good that you mentioned that. Not stranger to comebacks. Can we see one in this game? But that jumper by Martin McCoy will not help DPR-AC's chances. Balik sa 19 ang kalamangan.
At doon babalik yung sinasabi ko na nakakapagod right from the get-go na maghabol dito sa kalamangan. Especially, you've given that space for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers to gain that confidence, that morale early on. Especially, this is a quarterfinal battle already.
Gio Tolentino now has 6 points in this third quarter. Now starting to wake up. Finished with 11 points and 8 rebounds. Itong si Gio. His inside presence is badly needed here for DPR-AC to, you know, stop yung mga points in the paint coming in for EASTPRINT Impact. Meanwhile, yung mga guards naman nila, MJ, no, needing to stop yung mga barrage of outside shots, mid-range shots na nanggagaling dito sa EASTPRINT, but there's no stopping Martin McCoy in this quarter. He has 6 points as well.
Martin McCoy is eating the defense alive here. As what you can see, DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear adjusted the defense already into a man-to-man defense, hoping that something can work against their advantage. But then again, hats off to EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. They're doing everything that they can right now.
Three-pointer is a miss. Will regain the possession. Can't save it though. Tolentino now is on the run. Gio Tolentino, Cora body. Muntik nang pumasok yung end one opportunity. Just using his wit right there. Itong si Gio Tolentino. Sakto, 2 minutes tayo dito. Will shoot 2 free throws.
Look at that upper body strength for this young guy, Gio Tolentino. I definitely know it's not too late for him to explode, especially we still have a total of 12 minutes of playing time left here. So definitely a lot of time to hopefully catch up with EASTPRINT Impact Ballers and get a win on their side.
Kaso hindi matutuwa si Coach Pancho. Nagmintis ng free throw itong si Gio Tolentino dahil very particular si Coach Pancho on making those free throws, especially MJ. Sila naghahabol dito. Tolentino misses both free throws. Sana ang kalamangan, balik na lang sana sa 17. But Von Dalangin slices through the defense for 2.
Von Dalangin started the rally from the first half, no? He was the one who did the intangibles, swiping the ball, bouncing it off, sharing the ball to his teammates, and from there, talagang off to the races itong EASTPRINT Impact Ballers to their top-level basketball right now. I believe they are very deadly right now.
Biggest lead of the game right now is at 21. Here's Peñaranda from the free throw area. As you see Coach Z, no, a bit concerned as well, no, dito sa performance ng kanyang team. If they lose today, it's the end of the line for them to fight for the championship. Pero pasok naman sila, no? Will play on the classification round.
Yes, that's right.
5 through 8 ang placing doon. So, mayroon pa rin naman silang mga gagawing games dito. But of course, if you want to compete on the highest stage as Tolentino will not make that basket, no, kailangan manalo kayo ngayon. And sabi mo nga, they are no strangers to comebacks. Let's see if they can make a miracle here as we are nearing the end of our third quarter.
And that's the beauty of playing in this kind of tournament brought to us by Milko Sports Got Skills Basketball, because they will still have a lot of playing games until the very last day of this tournament through classification phases. So it's not the end for DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, just in case they lose this battle, but definitely they will gain a lot here, learn a lot here, especially moving forward with the classification, just in case, no, to 5 to 8 to be exact.
What a move by J. Lord Patawara. Passes it dito kay JR Peñaranda and will shoot 2 free throws. And I believe, was it Peña 3 personal fouls as well, or other players? But regardless of which, it is still a 20-point advantage. Final 44 seconds to go.
And for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, Baron, they are over the limit already. 5 team fouls against 1 of DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear.
So they need to take advantage of that, no? With the final 44, need to attack the rim, no, draw some fouls. Dahil on their credit, no, they've been, kahit ganito yung score, no, they played good defense. They committed 1 team foul, pero yun nga, ang nangyari dito, MJ, nakipagpalitan kasi sila ng punto per punto. And if you are a trailing team, you cannot do that. As Sarmiento has 10 points in this game, merong foul na itatawag ang ating referee. Is it on the side of DPR? Yes, it is.
I mean, for DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, I couldn't ask anything more.
I should say it is on EASTPRINT. So Selmo will be called for that push. It means free throws ulit para dito sa DPR-AC. So a chance for them to score with the clock not moving. Kaya dito particular, itong si Coach Pancho nung nakasama ko siya. And I agree because heading into the fourth quarter, they need to cut this lead, no, trim it down. Naibaba na nila kanina to.
Oo.
Pero with this run by EASTPRINT, biglang naibalik kumbaga sa square one ang laban dito. 18 points advantage, 6 possession ball game pa nga.
And that is still because DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear had a slow start. On the other side, total opposite naman tong EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. They mean business at the start of our quarterfinals game.
nanahimik yung Nick Peña, no? 16 points, 14 in the second quarter. Pero yung Martin McCoy, Ashley Sarmiento, sila ngayon na nagpakita dito para sa EASTPRINT. Almost a steal there by Ashley Sarmiento.
Dagdag mo pa yung kapitan nila, itong si Von Dalangin.
Yeah, Von Dalangin as well. What with 10 seconds, nice pass, goes for that attack. Floater is a miss para dito kay Garcia. Saves it to the wrong guy, 3 seconds to go. Here's Ashley Sarmiento, turned away. Tough fall, but it is okay. Look at the heart of J.R. Peñaranda chasing that ball down. Pero ang lamang ay nasa EASTPRINT Impact Ballers pa rin, MJ. These are our highlights.
And EASTPRINT Impact Ballers coming into this game locked and loaded. Hats off naman dito sa depensa ng DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR. They provided multiple defensive schemes against EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, pero talagang they are all hitting all cylinders right now.
18-point advantage for EASTPRINT heading into the fourth. Can DPR-AC make a run, or will EASTPRINT punch the first ticket to the semis? Yan ang ating aabangan sa aming pagbabalik. This is the 5th game of 8 scheduled for today sa Milko Sports Got Skills. The start of our first quarterfinals matchup with EASTPRINT Impact Ballers up by 18 points against DPR-AC. Live tayo dito sa Green Hills West Clubhouse in San Juan City. Baron Mercado, MJ Evangelista. MJ, 3 quarters in. Anong thoughts mo as we head into the fourth?
Maulang hapon sa inyong lahat at umuulan din ng puntos dito sa loob ng Green Hills West Clubhouse. I guess pagdating sa EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, they did the best job right now to prepare heading into this game. For DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, time is not running on their side. That's why they need to force some stops, especially at the start of the fourth quarter. They need to limit the scorers of EASTPRINT, and what they needed to do is to convert more baskets on their end.
Yun ang hindi nila kailangan, yung mga turnovers na ganun that could, you know, have helped them kung na-keep nila in play yung bola doon. And I would like to say lang din, MJ, na this would be a critical moment of the first 5 minutes para dito sa DPR if they want to make that run, that comeback. Look at that high looper of a layup. Kailangan na nilang magsimula dito as Calix Tubig grabs that ball. Merong foul na itatawag. Again, a chance to make it to the semifinals. Out of 8 teams, 4 lang ang papasok. We will see the first qualifier in this game today. Yung makakalaban nila mamaya sa ating quarterfinal game number 3, dun natin malalaman. Kaya mamaya, mas i-unfold pa natin ang ating semifinals matchup as we get along or move along dito sa ating game day for today. And so far, ang hinahanap natin, depensa for both teams. We're getting stops here as we are still here, 76-56. Ashley Sarmiento is open for 3.
Cashing in is Sarmiento. Then again, kita mo yung depensa ng DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear. No one is closing out against Sarmiento. That's why he was wide open for that 3-pointer.
Look at that 3. Nice find by McCoy to Ashley Sarmiento. He has 5 points again dito sa ating fourth quarter. A quick one. Kaya napa-timeout si Coach Z. They are down by 23. We are live no sa ating YouTube channel, Milko Sports Got Skills Basketball Tournament, sa ating Facebook page, Milko Sports Milko Sports Got Skills Basketball Tournament and Tiebreaker Times. And of course, no, naririnig din tayo, napapanood sa Pilipinas Live. So magandang hapon sa lahat ng nanonood sa ating mga iba't ibang platform dito sa ating Milko Sports Got Skills 2026 quarterfinals ng ating Under-16 Division. Nick Peña will be called for that offensive foul. 3 fouls para kay Nick, pero they have a 20-point advantage dito, MJ.
That's the stuff that you wanted to see from DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, and they need to convert that. Unfortunately, misses on that shot. Baron.
Parang nabati mo ata, pero ito ay 3-pointer by Renzo Magbanua. Ayaw sa'yo, gusto sa akin. Corner 3, 17 or 20-point lead, I should say, 59-79. And they will need to make a stop here. And they are leaving Nick Peña open. Luckily for them, it's a miss now on the run. Once again, on the stop. Good defense by Martin McCoy.
I was about to say they need to capitalize on those things that Nick Peña is missing those shots.
Peña for 3. That is too strong. Fights for the board. It is recovered by the guys in blue. A 3 or a 4-on-3 break. A floater. That is a miss para kay Magbanua. Arellano. Just a touch pass. Ashley Sarmiento is having himself a ball game. 7 points already in the 4th. Look at this pass by Arellano. Inabangan ni Sarmiento yung defender. Nakakuha ng contact. Will shoot his bonus.
Unfortunately, DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear are getting decent opportunities for themselves, but just couldn't hit those baskets.
Things are getting bad to worse para dito sa DPR-AC. 2 players, no, fighting for that rebound. Luckily for them, it went in their way. I thought bola ng EASTPRINT Impact yon with 6 minutes 55 to go. 81-59. Big of a lead now established by EASTPRINT. A 3. That is short. Fights for the rebound. A battle between Tubig tsaka itong si Radin. Possession will go to the side pa rin ng DPR-AC.
One thing that is very commendable here on the side of DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear, kita mo yung energy pa rin. The hustle is there. They're battling for loose balls. They're grabbing those boards and even those baskets. Kumbaga hindi nananamla yung kanilang energy for this ball game.
Sayang yung pasa na yun, no? Gandang butas sana nun sa depensa ng EASTPRINT Impact. Masyado nga lang malakas yung Pectus. Though 81-59 is the score, a 22-point advantage para dito sa EASTPRINT Impact ballers. A few baskets here and there can, you know, formalize the victory of EASTPRINT. Pero if you are DPR-AC, with 6:32, you need to make those stops, you need to make those runs. Yun nga lang, as we are drawing the end or drawing near the end of this game, medyo nagiging slim na yung chances nila dito.
That's
Peña for 3, that is off the mark. So Nick Peña has been trigger happy so far dito sa ating 4th quarter, hitting those bombs, no? Looking for that dagger, that final nail in the game. Hindi pa lang pumapasok sa kampo ng EASTPRINT. And for DPR-AC, no, nagminti si Peña, traveling naman on the other side, can't seem to capitalize.
Good point, Baron. They are not maximizing those kinds of opportunities. For Nick Peña, mainit siya noong umpisa, yes, but eventually itong late part of the game, no, he's missing a lot of shots. So DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear need to do something here.
Again, needing to score dito sa ating 4th quarter. I believe they only scored 2 points with 5:55 to go. Bibigay nila kay Arellano. They will force a stop, but can they convert, I should say. Itong si Magbanua. Here's Renzo. Nice pass. Pumps it up. That's a miss para kay Darwin Aragon. Kanila ulit ang possession. Open 3 on the way. That is a miss. Now on the run, itong si Peña. Here's Nick on the left. Goes to the right with that beautiful reverse.
Look at that bag coming from Nick Peña. He knows he has 3 defenders in front of him. Kaya naman ginamit niya yung sidestep with the reverse for the finish.
Hindi pumasok yung Pinoy step attempt ni JR Peñaranda. Here's Peña once again. Wala nang magagawa si Magbanua doon but to give out that foul. Dahil kung hindi, almost easy 2 points para dito kay Peña. He has what, 18 points already as we look at this beautiful move by Nick Peña.
Using that fake beautifully, as well as very efficient on that side step and the reverse for Nick Peña.
Now this player really started the spark for this team as they will lose the ball. Here's Magbanua creating that contact. Arellano will draw that, or will be called for that foul. I should say that's number 4 for him. But regardless of his foul situation, napakaganda ng laro ni Arellano. But if they are looking to make a serious run here, MJ, they need to, let Arellano know na hindi siya pwedeng ma-foul trouble because when they are going to face teams like Eagles, like itong SGA, One Ball, Gimba, those teams, kakailanganin itong si Arellano to, help them make this Cinderella run a reality. Dahil yun nga, for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, they are the number 4 team in their bracket. They defeated Doc Boleros, and now they are fighting here in they are playing here in the quarterfinals. Maganda ang kanilang advantage dito with a 21-point lead. Papunta na sila ng semis if they hold on to this. So, yung mga pyesa nito, nila Arellano, sila Peña, they need to take care of those foul troubles.
That's right. And just wanted to mention, itong solid block nito ni Darwin Aragon from DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR as EASTPRINT Impact Ballers calls for time, Baron.
Look at this move. And that put back going in para kay Tolentino. He has 8 points in this game. Ta-timeout si Coach Luis San Buenaventura. 83-62 EASTPRINT with a 21-point lead. Four minutes 42, 18 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Martin McCoy. Looks to attack. Last second pass and one for Calix Tubig. But he's down, I believe, or someone's down
Martin
here.
McCoy.
Martin McCoy is down for a cramp. Pero tignan mo to, MJ. Last second pass to Calix Tubig. Iba talaga nagagawa pag ang taas ng talon mo. Making those last second decisions.
Another thing is speaking of decisions, that's a good decision coming from Martin McCoy sharing that basketball. He had like a teammate who had a better look and higher percentage shot. Pero kumbaga, for Martin McCoy, alam natin panira na yun eh. That's how unselfish Martin McCoy is.
And with 4:32, 85-62 ang ating score, McCoy is going to be treated here with sa kanyang cramps. I believe that will be the game for him. Pero what a game by Martin McCoy, in the first quarter. How can we forget?
Drama.
Meron tayong kape dito kaharap natin pero mas nagising tayo dun sa dakdak ni Martin McCoy.
And another thing, Baron, that I would like to emphasize here, EASTPRINT Impact Ballers is proving that they belong to the Elite 8.
Yes.
Na yung panalo nila against Boleros by 18 points, it's not like just a lucky charm, no? I mean, hindi tsamba yung pagkapanalo. So, that is somehow yung ego ng EASTPRINT Impact Ballers getting into this quarterfinals, especially in just less than 4 minutes, they will get the win already. Another confidence booster for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. All the more reason that they need to polish yung kanilang areas for improvement this game, Baron.
Sila yung unang naka-qualify for the quarterfinals as they played the first game nung na-cover namin ni Coach Pancho, and now they will have the opportunity with 3 minutes 54 remaining. Sila rin ang unang makaka-qualify sa ating semi-final round, and that is a good story for another day as we wait kung sino ang kanilang makakatapat dito. As these two teams just going to play it out. Nick Peña will size up the defender with 13 seconds to go. Here's Nick with a cross. Goes for that attack. Masyadong malakas yung pektos ni Nick Peña. Balik ang bola dito sa DPR-AC. So let's shift our attention dito sa DPR-AC MJ. It was a solid run for them, no, in that early stage ng group stage natin, and then making it to the quarterfinals. But for you, no, you covered most of their games. What has been missing sa kanila ngayong laro? Bakit medyo hirap sila dito sa EASTPRINT Impact?
Yes, for DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR, they ended the elimination round with 2-1 record and eventually got their win the last week, so that's round of 16. So they have 3-1 record. They only have 1 loss throughout this entire tournament. But the thing is, yung early stages, no, especially yung first quarter natin, this quarterfinals, that sets the tone for DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR. And gaya nga nasabi ko kanina, they had a slow start. I've mentioned that multiple times already. And on the other hand, ang isa sa masakit doon, itong EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, they are very much prepared heading into this game. Kaya naman, nahulog na sa kumunoy itong DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR. Kumbaga, band-aid fix yung ginawa nila kanina. They've adjusted their defense. But the thing is, they were down by a huge margin. So, halos wala na rin silang nagawa doon. Especially like those kinds of shots, they cannot afford to just trade baskets with their opponents.
Kanina ang kumukuha ng majority of the points in the paint as we are into the last 2 minutes ay itong DPR-AC. Pero in the second half, MJ, nilaro ng EASTPRINT Impact Ballers yung laro na itong DPR-AC. Not only they dominated inside, but they showed a lot of variations of attack, no, to, you know, keep this DPR-AC at bay as we have an unsportsmanlike call looking to make it a bit closer as Paul Cruz is at the line. Again, those free throws, MJ, if you are DPR-AC, mapapatanong ka. Oo,
Yeah.
as you see Coach Z, no, ilang free throws na kaya yung kanilang namintis na kung naipasok sana nila, medyo not saying na sila ang lalamang dito, but could have at least given them in a much better position than they are now here. 6-9 to 8-7 is the score.
That was a different story, no, for DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR because they've converted 11 out of 23 free throw attempts from the previous outing, which is 47.8%. They were a frequent visitor on the line. But the thing is, right now, although they are still a frequent visitor, but they were not able to convert those baskets.
As I look at the stats here for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, they shot 46% on their previous game and shot 23% from deep. Hindi ko alam yung eksaktong stat nila ngayon as we talk about this, MJ, but I am sure yung kanilang 3-point mix mas marami na kaysa dun sa kanilang last game. So mas mataas na yung kanilang 3-point percentage. I believe it will be in the 28% to 30% margin. As a team, that's not good, pero that's a lot of advantage na for them. Imagine shooting from 23 to 28. Napakalaking bagay na yun.
Definitely. And for EASTPRINT Impact Baller, same story, no? From their previous outing, they had 60 points in the paint. 28 of them were fast break points, 56 total rebounds, and 24 assists. So they've dominated the same department on this game, Baron.
88 to 71 ang ating score dito. With a minute 5 remaining, white shirts looking to march in and grab that semifinals ticket. Von Dalangin now starting to shut the door para dito sa DPR-AC. Again, they have shown a good fight, but to your point, MJ, yung solid start ng EASTPRINT Clothing headlined by that Martin McCoy slam really close the tone here as De La Cruz, that is the nail of this game, EASTPRINT Impact Ballers will be the first semi-finalist dito sa Milko Sports Got Skills Under 16 Division. Mamaya alamin natin kung sino yung kanilang makakatapat dito. Ang hirap mamili ng best player dito, MJ.
Oh, but few people or individuals that I have in mind would be Von Dalangin. He started very strong as well. Kumbaga siya yung primary initiator, primary driver nitong tempo ng EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. But as well, we wouldn't forget just Tony Arellano, who provided a double impact there off the bench for those rebounds, and especially cleaning up the mess on the rebound department and points transition.
Nick Peña has 18 points. Quiet 18. Though he scored 14 on that second quarter, pero he is also a good option for our player of the game. As we see here, the final score, 95-71. EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, our first semi-finalist. I would love to give also a shout out kay Ashley Sarmiento.
Yes.
Ganda rin ang nilaro ni Ashley Sarmiento. Started the game with 5 quick points and then have a back-to-back hits, no? Yung kanyang mga scoring spurts in the third quarter, in the fourth, to help his team here come away with the victory for DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR. They will be playing in the classification round, MJ. And for EASTPRINT, I will be saying this right now, they are the giant killers dito sa ating Milko Sports Under 16, as they have defeated the previous undefeated squad, Doc Boleros, and now the 3-1
Yes.
record na now 3-2
Oh.
na DPR-AC SARCON Sportswear. Number 4 sa ating bracket dito, only finishing the elimination 1 and 2. We now move on to our second semifinals. It's SGA taking on Hoops United. Magandang
Another exciting
laban
match,
to,
Baron.
MJ, as we continue to wrap this game up. Your final thoughts dito sa impressive win ng EASTPRINT?
Yeah, for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, they deserve to be here. Kumbaga, it's all hard work. They played as a team right now, and I'm more excited, to see what can they do on the semifinals round if they can continue their Cinderella run for this Talent ID 16 and under. And another light to share for this game is that they can operate without Nick Peña. You've mentioned there's a quiet 18 points, but it didn't start from there. I mean, we'll meet the next best player of the game from EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. But I believe Dalangin and Arellano dictated the tempo here for EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. That's why they their energy is very infectious. Nahawa na sa buong team. Then eventually they got their win.
Rain Martinez is now ready to interview our best player of the game and the winning coach dito sa ating Milko Sports Got Skills 2026.
We've just finished our game between EASTPRINT and Impact Ballers versus DPR-AC SARCON SPORTSWEAR with the final score of 93-71 in favor of EASTPRINT Impact Ballers. And we have here our best player of the game, just Tony Arellano or Jesse. Jesse, of course, congratulations. Jesse has 15 points, 16 rebounds, and 1 assist. Jesse, of course, we saw almost 30 points in the league. What do you feel now that you will moving forward into the championship?
Nakinig lang kami kay coach and ginawa namin tama yung mga tinuturo niya. Alam mo.
Thank you, Jesse. Is there anyone you like to greet to the fans, to the teammates who cheered on you today, Jesse?
Shoutout sa pamilya ko sa Antipolo and shoutout sa ka-teammates ko kay coach and sa tito ko. Ayun lang po.
Thank you, Jesse. We also have here the head coach of EASTPRINT Impact Ballers, Coach Louis San Benaventura. Coach, again, what a way to start the quarterfinals. Coach, what can we expect to the EASTPRINT now that we are moving forward near the championship?
Yes, first of all, we want to thank God for giving us the victory. Sabi ko, actually hindi naman ako nagulat kasi alam ko nandiyan naman yung talent ng mga bata, guide na lang kami. So sabi ko sa kanila, when we start the tournament, medyo pangit. So every game na tumatagal, parang mas nagiging better sila. So I want to give credit to Coach Terry Will. he lead the team ngayong game. So yun, syempre we're looking forward for a tough matchup kung sino man yung mga matchup namin sa semis. Pero we're still grateful kasi out of the 16 teams, pasok kami sa top 4.
Yes, Coach. Is there anyone you like to greet to the fans, to the players that cheered today, Coach?
First of all, thank you to the parents ng mga players for trusting us na palaruin sa amin. Thank you to Coach Terry Will for helping me dito sa team na to. I want to shout out my family, San Buenaventura family, to my wife, Jonah, my kids, Josh, Jello, and Estro. And shout out EASTPRINT Clothing. Thank you sa suporta na binigay nyo sa amin dito sa mga liga na sinasalihan namin. Shout out sa mga impact ballers sa Pasig.
Thank you, Coach. Again, this is Rain Martinez, and coming up next is the battle between SGA and Hopes United.